Hello, chat world. Good evening. How's everyone doing? So, welcome to my live stream chat. I am going to do a recipe that is going to be easy. But before I get started, I want to get me something to drink. Get me a little crown. So, let me pour me a little glass real quick, guys. And while that's doing, hopefully everyone is doing okay. I am doing well. Hopefully everyone is still staying safe and exercising, safe distancing. Okay, so I have my drink. So cheers to everyone as we are in quarantine still under COVID-19. So cheers, everyone. Delish. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a easy grilled chicken on the stovetop, and let's get with it. So let me wash my hands real quick, guys. Wash my hands. So as I am washing my hands, I want to tell you guys a few little secrets when it comes to me when I do grilled chicken on the stove top. I do not like touching chicken at all. I'm always just leery that, touching raw chicken. So I use gloves. So you will see that I will be using gloves. So um, I will go over the ingredients that I'm using. Okay. Now, so this is going to be, like I said, just the easy grilled chicken recipe. I'm using, I am using some grilled chicken breast. Okay. So also when I do grilled chicken breast, or when I do um, chicken, I always use a glass bowl to put my chicken in so that when I wash this glass bowl, I can make sure that I really clean it really good. And I don't use like anything wooden. I don't use anything plastic. I don't use because if I'm reusing it, it's more likely that I may have so quote unquote um, be concerned with germs and things from the chicken. So I do that. Now I'm going to use just cream of chicken soup, by Campbell's. I am going to cheat, and I am going to use the boiled rice, bag rice. So I use Success boiling bag white rice. And for my seasoning, I just use salt, pepper, and blackened seasoning. Okay, blackened seasoning. I'm using Zatarain's, but another blackened seasoning that I like that I'll tell you guys about is also Cajun's Choice. Cajun's Choice is actually a pretty good blackening seasoning as well. Okay, but I'll be using Zatarain's. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wash my chicken. So I'm going to take my chicken and I'm going to take my bowl and I'm going to take my, as you can see, I'm a Copper Chef girl. I'm going to take my Copper Chef skillet. I love my Copper Chef because this is what I'm going to put the chicken in when I wash it. So let me do that over here by the sink. I'm going to wash the chicken really well and wash it really well. So I'm washing the chicken. While and I wash my chicken really good, guys, in the water, and I use some I'm just always being leery of just chicken and bacteria and things. So I really wash my chicken really well. Okay, so Okay, so now that I've washed my chicken and I've cleaned my chicken, I'm going to actually put it on this aluminum foil for the first seasoning, and I'll show you what I do with that. I'll show you what I do with that. I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so now that I have washed my chicken, what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it. And um, now it doesn't really take a whole lot of seasoning, and I just season one side at the moment. And when I have it in the pan, I will actually go ahead and season the other side when I place this in. So I go ahead and I put my pepper. I season with pepper. Then I'm going to put my salt. And then I'm going to get my blackened seeds. Now, the key to making good, what you call moist chicken, you put it in the skillet or and you just leave it. Just leave it. Don't touch it. That's the key to having just good seasoned and cooked chicken. Okay, so I've seasoned it. So as you can see, I've seasoned, okay, my chicken. Okay, so now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my eye on, I'm going to turn it on about medium, okay? And I'm going to let that sit there for about 3 minutes, okay? So as that's doing and counting down, what I'm going to do now is love my Copper Chef. You don't have to put anything in it. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. And when I put the chicken in there, you're going to hear that. You want to hear that. That means that the skillet is nice and hot, and and then I'm going to cover it to make and allow this chicken to cook evenly. Again, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it. One thing that I do is I do use real tongs, to help as I turn the chicken over and put the chicken and place the chicken in here. Yeah, but again, this is just an easy recipe. So I'll leave that because I'm going to see the other side. And then I use my milk to actually put in my my cream of mushroom just to give it a little soupy consistency. Okay, so that's counting down. As that's counting down, hope everyone's family is doing well. I hope everyone is, adjusting and doing the best that we can. I think this is going to be our new norm, if you know what I mean. In so many ways, Corona has just come and has just shaken us, taken us by surprise, and it has shook us. So this is definitely going to be our new norm, which is unfortunate. But the Bible, Revelations has already said these things. So if you are a God fearing or have any kind of faith, I think you know what I mean when I say that. And I just hope all of us and everyone is staying safe and again practicing social distancing. Shout out to everyone. Do like me, have a drink. So when I put my chicken in, I'll take me another a swig of my crown. So again, now we're down to about a minute. So then I feel my skillet is really nice and hot. I'm adjusting it just a little bit. You want to be careful that you don't really like burn the chicken, so I am being mindful of that. So I just adjusted it just a little bit because it's really, really hot. Okay, so um, okay. While that's doing, I'm going to go ahead and for my rice, I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in my bowl that I'm going to use for the rice. We got 30 some seconds. Because I'm going to bring this water to a boil with the chicken, I mean, with the rice in there. This is just a quick way if you want to have, I mean, you can actually cook some rice and, take 20 minutes by that time. I cook my chicken 5 minutes per side is when I start off, and I just kind of turn it and look to see what it looks like then. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little more water. Okay, so now I'm going to place my chicken in the pan. And like I said, what you're going to hear that chicken. So I'm going to place my chicken skin side down, okay? Skin side down. And you hear that? That's what you want to hear. Skin side down, okay? And you just want to leave it and let it cook. Now, while I just did that, what I am going to do, I'm going to put my timer on for 5 minutes. So then I'm going to season the upside. So again, put my pepper, put my salt, and then put my blackening seasoning. So as you can see, that's nice and seasoned. I'm going to put just a little more pepper. Okay, and then I'm going to cover it. Okay, so I'm going to cover it and let it do its thing, cook. This doggone Copper Chef really keeps that heat in. I'm going to go ahead and turn my rice on. I mean, turn my, yeah. I'm going to put the rice in the water, rice bag in the water. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and bring this to a boil. Um, and I'll let that cook for like 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to turn that on. Well, I'm going to wait because you know what? I have to do my mushroom soup. So I'm gonna wait till this 5 minutes is done, then I'll turn it on, bring it to a boil. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. We'll turn it on. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So I got that rice on high. We'll let that go ahead and do its thing. Okay, so that's cooking. Or I just turned that on. Okay. So while that's doing that, I don't need my seasoning anymore because when I put my chicken seasoned and cooked the way it is, and I put it into the sauce, I mean that the flavor from the loose flavor is going to come over into the sauce. Delish, delish. Okay, so again, this is an easy, quick recipe. If you are, especially working parents, whether you're male or female, this is an easy go-to recipe for your kids. If you're wanting to cook more than two pieces, you can use the bigger Copper Chef. I am a Copper Chef lady. So I use this bigger one, and you can put like 4 pieces of chicken down. Um, the way you place it in here and go with it. So I do love this. I have so many different when I turn it. Okay, so we'll go ahead, we'll turn it. Now that looks good, right? Okay, so when I turn it, oh my gosh, look at all of that. Look at how, see how it's even cooked. Oh my gosh, delish. Okay, so look at how brown and nice that is. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this over. And again, I'm gonna put it to cover and then cook that for 5 minutes as well on that side. Okay. So while that's cooking and then the rice is coming to a boil, I'm gonna take me a sip of me some. Okay. Okay. Well, look at that copper chef. Look at that cooking. Oh my gosh, just some deliciousness. And then when I put it into the other bowl to cook, and actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chicken, I'm going to put it on something else to let it rest. And that's another thing. If you didn't want to put this in the sauce, when you get done with this, you could actually do this. And what I normally do sometimes, I'll go ahead and I'll slice my chicken. You can do that, or you can leave it whole, whatever. I like the slicing because I like the presentation. So I'll go ahead and I'll slice my chicken. I'll put the rice on top, I mean on the bottom, then put my chicken, put the sauce, then I'll put my chicken and slice my chicken. But you could do that, or you could just serve it like this with the grilled chicken rice or whatever else you wanted to do. I love asparagus, and I'm going to show you some ways I can do recipes for asparagus. I can either do it on the stovetop or actually in the oven. So I'll actually show you guys both ways. And I have these just like, I know you know how to make this, and I'm thinking like, no. So one of the things we were talking about is is tuna salad. I am not a I love tuna salad, but to fix tuna salad, so she shared hers with me. I know, right? Um, I bake, I do all of that, and I'm talking about homemade baking, right? But tuna salad, I love tuna salad. To make it, mm, okay. So we're down to just a few seconds. So then I'm going to get ready. I'm going to turn that. My rice is about to come to a boil. Okay. Um, it's actually nice to see that the temperature is changing, the weather is changing. Okay, so my timer is going off. So let's just turn this over and see. Look at how brown. Oh my gosh, delish. Now this side is really, really, look at that. I'm gonna do this other side for maybe just 1 more minute to 2 minutes. Let's do that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put this off to the, well, I'm gonna transfer the chicken onto a plate, let it rest. And then I am going to, well, now I'm gonna leave it in this. I'm gonna leave it here. I'll use another skillet to put the chicken and the soup in. I'll do that. That way I'll let that rest and let that continue cooking. Talk about it's just causes it to be tender. Again, notice that I just put it in there. I don't. That is the key to getting what you call evenly cooked. And look at that brown, that color in your chicken. You know, you don't have to like other people. They'll be like the kitchen tumbling and turning it and twist. No, let the chicken cook. Just let it sit. Place it and let it cook. My rice is coming to a boil. I want to put a timer on so I know how long that is. So that'll be 9 minutes, so it's from 1 to 8 minutes. So I'll let that boil. Okay, so we're down to about a minute, and then what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to sit it here off of the fire and let it rest and cook for another 5 minutes. While that's doing, I'm going to get another skillet, and I'm going to start my cream. And that way, what I'll do is I'll bring that to a boil, or just get it hot and put place the chicken into it. You're gonna see that brown flavor from the chicken go into the soup. Oh my gosh, just flavoring that soup. So that's why you really don't have to put any other seasoning, because the seasoning from the chicken is gonna seep out into the soup. Okay, so we're down to a few seconds. I wanted this video to be short, not too long, but again, and I'm gonna get a plate. I want a plate. So I'm gonna get a plate. Okay, so that's telling me that my time is up. So now what I'll do, I'll turn the chicken just so that you can see. And then what I do, guys, okay, so look at that. Okay. So then what I do is I want to make sure that it's also cooked on the side. So when I see that the chicken may need to be cooked on the side, what I do is I'll turn it like this and let it cook on the side. I'll put it up. This one, I want to egg right. So I can set this one up. Okay. So I'll sit it up like that, let it cook on the side, sit this up, let it cook on the side, and turn my rice down. Okay, this chicken is not even, but I got that side, so I got this side. And I just hold it down and let that, cook on the sides, right? And I'll put it here as well. So just let that cook. So instead of, and then it cooks it through on the side. So instead of having that uncooked chicken, look at how that's browned, right? And then I'll do it on the side here. And then here. Okay. And that's just cooking the sides as well so that you get to let it cook on its own. Okay. Again, cooking it on the side so that when I cut into this, it's cooked through even on the sides. And then I'm going to do this here like this. Again, letting that cook, right? I don't want this to cook too much. That's why I have it on the side there. Okay. So, Okay. Now I'm going to remove it from the heat and leave it covered and let it sit here and rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Let that finish again cooking. I'm just going to let it rest. I'm going to take the top off so it doesn't just cook too much. Look at that beautiful brown chicken. Okay. So now I'm going to put my sauce on. So for my sauce, and I'm going to turn my rice over. Okay, so for my sauce, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me another skillet. It's my skillet is on. My fire is on. Okay, I'll put this down. I'm going to open up my can of mushroom, my can of cream of mushroom, right? I don't like to lose anything if I can. So I'll put this. And then I use my can as a way to measure. I'm going to take a full can of, I'm going to pour a full can of milk into this can, and that's what I'll use. And I'll go ahead and I'll pour this, right? Just to make it a little soupy consistency. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stir this and break up the cream of mushroom, the chunks, cream of mushroom, right? And again, I'm going to take the chicken and pour it in there, put it in, lay it in here. When I do that, oh my gosh. And you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just cook this here, let it come to a boil. I like to get that seasoning, though, of that chicken, of this liquid cream mushroom into the chicken, that flavor. And plus, I like that seasoning of the chicken to get into the flavor of the soup. So it seems like it was a consistency, taste consistency throughout in the soup as well as in the chicken. And again, when you pour this soup over the rice, delish, delish, delish. Okay, so we're almost done, guys. Again, this is just a quick, easy peasy recipe. It's not too hard for those that, I don't like to cook. I don't know what to cook. I don't want to get in here and have to do a whole lot. Notice it was not a whole lot of ingredients used, guys. And I had some soup to fall down here. But again, it's easy. It's an easy recipe. So that's telling me my rice is done. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my rice. I'm going to remove it because I don't like rice, especially bagged rice that's overcooked. I'm going to turn my eye off and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour my water out of my rice so that it doesn't continue cooking. Okay. And what I normally do is I will go ahead and put my rice into a bowl. Put my rice into a bowl. You see the soup is coming to a boil there. And I'm going to let the chicken sit for another 3 minutes. And then so what I'm going to do with my rice, like I said, normally I'll go ahead, I'll put it in a bowl. So And I'll go ahead and put it in a serving dish. So I'm going to put my rice into this serving dish. Okay, so okay, I don't want this to burn or scorch. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit because I have my chicken sitting and resting a few more minutes. So now, like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour the rice into my serving bowl. Be careful, this bag is hot. And I do like to go ahead, even though it's bagged rice, I will still go ahead and I will fluff my rice, with a fork. So I'm going to get a fork. And I'm going to fluff the rice, just, with the fork. Again, easy peasy rice. This success rice is delish. Okay, so the rice, as you can see, is done. Okay, so I'm going to put my rice, I'm going to sit it here. Okay, then this is boiling. Now I'm going to take my chicken because I'm down to a few seconds. I'm just going to place the chicken over into the soup, guys. It's at a nice consistency there. I'm going to just place my chicken into the cream soup. So, and at this point, what I do when I put my chicken in, I go ahead and watch this color. Oh my gosh, look at that brownness is going to flavor. Oh, delish. Okay, so I like to roll the chicken around in that cream of mushroom milk sauce. Oh, look at that. Oh, just the flavors going into that soup. And I'll do the same thing with this last piece. I want the flavors. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. That meat is coming off. This tongs is causing the chicken. Oh, just tender. Look at that. You got the mushrooms and just, oh, delicious. Look at that. So then I'll turn this up a little more because it went down. And I'm going to cover it just for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay? So for about 4 to 5 minutes. And that's really it, guys. I'm going to cover that. And I'm going to just let that for like 4 to 5 minutes. Okay? And, then I just, like I said, I plate my rice and then I put the chicken with the soup. That's pretty much it. I'm going to use, I'll use that. Okay. I'll use this for the rice and then okay, that's fine. So I think I have it. All right, so I'm going to clean up just a little mess. I like to clean up as I go, though. I don't like really having a lot of dishes to wash. One thing I do, though, with my skillets, I let them cool down before I put any water on them. I think that's what has actually saved my Copper chefs, I've had my copper chefs for years. Have not had any issues. One of my friends says that she can't make pancakes without putting oil or butter in it, and I never put butter, oil. When I do, I find that I have more issues than anything. They don't brown. It doesn't brown like it would if I didn't have anything in it. And I just feel that these last me. I have so many, and I'm going to show you my cabinet where I have a lot of Copper Chef gadgets. I call them gadgets. I love cooking. I love different little kitchen gadgets. I love to, I mean, I like to cook. Don't get me wrong. I don't like a lot of. I mean, I do have crock pots and stuff, but I rather get stuff that I know that can make my food be delish without having to use all that. But I have a couple of recipes. I am going to show you some crock pot recipes, easy peasy crock pot recipes. We all need that ease in our life, right? Especially working hard 8, 12 hours, and you want good food. You don't really want fast food. I can understand. Sorry guys, I keep hitting my camera. Okay, so look at that, how that's, oh, and see the seasoning just seeping out into the, oh, delish. So it's that flavor goes into that cream of mushroom milk sauce, delish. And on top of the, oh, delish. And the only thing I didn't do is, like, you could do any kind of bread. I personally like some cornbread. Put the sauce on there, but you can use any kind of bread or whatever. Okay, so we have just a few more minutes, about 2 minutes. So while it's doing that, I'm going to find me a piece of roll or something to go with this. Right? Yes, of course. All right, so I like toasted bread, guys. So I will toast my bread that I chose. Love toasted bread. Yes, I do. A friend of mine turned me on to using toasted. Like I don't remember what dish. Oh my gosh, let's see what we were having. Oh, believe it or not, guys. And for those of you that I was behind on this, don't laugh. But my friend, I could cook some homemade burgers, and he was like, I like my buns toasted. And I was like, what? And so I toasted his buns. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. So I toasted my bun on my burger. And I've been toasting my buns on my burgers ever since, when I make them myself. Now, if I go somewhere and I can special order them, I will tell them to slightly grill my buns. So I love it. Now, for those of you who are saying you're behind, no, I never toasted my buns before. And this was recently, guys. I'll admit that this was recently. And when I say recently, within the last 3 years. So that's my story. That's my disclaimer. I admit a little behind on that. Okay, so we're now down to like just a few seconds. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead. Move that there. We'll move this here. Sorry, guys, for shaking the camera. Trying to make some room so you guys can see. So now what I'm going to do is, my bread is ready. Okay, so now that's 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, again, I like to turn everything in. Oh, delish. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, again, I'm just coating, and I'm going to just plate, guys. Okay. So I'm going to plate now. And to plate, again, I just put my rice on my plate first. Put the rice down. Look at that fluffy rice, guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn this off, guys. Turn it off. Okay. And now I'm going to take my chicken. Well, I'm going to put my sauce, right? I'm going to take the chicken. I'm going to put it on the plate. I'm going to take this sauciness, put it over the rice. Delish. Look at, you see all of that. You know, the sauce was white, but look at all that seasoning, this flavor that has just like gone into this. And then I'm going to pour some of this over the chicken. And now you are ready to eat, guys. Look at that. So, this is the finished product. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as I did this easy peasy grilled chicken on the stovetop recipe. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm new to the internet, but again, I have a 366-day reveal that's going to happen. I'm doing recipes. I'm going to be doing fitness, just health, life, just a lot of things, beauty. And so I'm just not getting started, but please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more live, quote unquote, interactions as well, and looking forward to it. I hope everyone enjoy your night. Thanks so much for joining and enjoying my channel. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Smooches and toodles.